Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So I'm very excited today to review this book called The Strange, Dark, and Mysterious, The Graphic Stories, presented by Mr. Ballen. So its stories are by Mr. Ballen and the illustrations are by Andrea Moody. Mr. Ballen is one of my favorite YouTubers, and when he put this book out last year, I was so excited to get it. I just didn't get around to reading it because I've been busy reading books with my, on my TBR list and getting through my TBR list, and specifically this year a lot of Throne of Glass books, the entire Throne of Glass series mostly, but he is one of my favorite YouTubers, so I'm so excited for this. So I'm going to be reviewing this graphic novel today, so let's get into this. So a little bit of context about Mr. Ballen. He is a YouTuber, and his name actually comes from, I think back when he had a TikTok, he had John B. Allen, and the B and the Allen looked like Ballen, and so they would be like, "Dear Mr. Ballen," and so that's how his name came about, and I just think it's so fun. If you noticed, I have been following his content and his stories and interviews and researching his life, and it sounds weird, but I'm a huge fan of him. He is a really wonderful storyteller. So his main channel, Mr. Ballen's main channel, primarily focuses on true crime, kind of. They're not all crimes, because there's a lot of we get lost in the woods and we're being hunted by this creature, but it's basically strange, dark, and mysterious. That is his brand. That's why that's the title of the first book. So they're all true stories. That's the thing that captivates me the most, is they are all true stories, but the way that he tells stories is so intriguing. There's one story in this graphic novel that was also one of his videos that I had already heard the story, but I didn't recognize it until the ending because of the way that he tells stories and puts it all together. He has this, I feel like sometimes there is a certain type of person that just has a gift of storytelling. My husband has it, my husband's father has it, and my grandpa has it. And it's just some people just have a gift of telling stories out loud. I write, I don't speak out loud. I can't tell a story out loud the same way I would writing a book. And so Mr. Ballen is definitely one of the best is the best I've ever seen at storytelling. So that's high praise, but it's just it's so true. And so he knows, one, the right amount of details to include, but also the right amount of details to kind of omit, to leave you kind of intrigued. And at the end, when he gives you the details you need, it kind of all comes together. But also, with a lot of these true crime, it comes off as regular, a true crime thing when you watch something on 2020 or any other true crime type of thing, Dateline and some of those. It's factual stuff and what happened, and he has a way of bringing it to real life by what the characters, by what the people in these situations must have been thinking, feeling, what they were doing, and it puts you in the shoes of the person who is going through whatever happened in these true stories, and then that makes them that much scarier, but not in a horror way. I'm not a horror person. I don't like scary stories. So this is right on the brink of what I would consider scary, on the edge of what I can handle scary wise. And a lot of times, the true ones, where it's sometimes the truth is more scary than fiction, because it's oh, I'm going to walk outside, I'm not going to be scared that a dinosaur is going to eat me, like an Ark. But sometimes serial killers and stuff like that is scarier because that's real life. So I've babbled about him long enough. I've been watching his channel for a long time. So what he does on his channel is tell these stories. And for the first time ever in this book, he put them in story form, but graphic novel with art. So let me turn, okay, so this. And so it made it a really quick and easy read. So a little bit of backstory about what I'm reading. I just came off of reading the Throne of Glass series. I read Throne of Glass and last year, I think, but I think pretty much for the most part, I read Crown of Midnight all the way through Kingdom of Ash. I've been reading that series since May. Kingdom of Ash is also a 900-page epic fantasy book, and so I hit really bad burnout this month when I finished Kingdom of Ash, and I've really been wanting to read Outlander, which is a historical romance, and it's a really long book as well, and I needed something quick and easy. I needed to feel like I was reading but making progress, and I'm not making much progress in Outlander. And so that's when I was like, I remembered this and was like, oh, we bought it. My sister borrowed it. And because I was going to let her read it first, because at the time I was reading something else and she never finished it because she's not much of a reader. And so she had kept it in her room. So it hid from me and out of sight, out of mind. So I managed to grab it back and was like, hey, this will be quick. This will be easy. It'll be relaxing. Ironically, even though it's all these twisted stories. And so that's what I did. So in one night, the first night I read half of it. And then last night I read like maybe one or two more of the stories, and then tonight I finished it. So it only took me technically 3 days, even though I've been technically reading it for longer than that if you look at like Goodreads or Fable, because I've been reading Outlander, so I've been going back and forth. So with the ending of the Kickstarter that I've been doing, it was nice and relaxing and been keeping me sane. So that was also really nice. And it was just this quick, easy, fun read for me. So some of the stories in here I did recognize from his channel, but I really liked reading them because it's got the art with it. And so visually, I'm a visual person, so I like seeing the visuals on that. And there were definitely a lot of stories in here that, like, there's one in particular that stuck out at me because I did not see the ending coming at all. It just blew my mind. I actually told it to my cousin on our podcast, the last episode, because I was trying to give her an example of like how he tells the story. I am not as good, but I did my best. And it definitely shocked her too. But like I said, even the ones that I recognized from his podcast, there's one in particular, about these people, it was at this town in not Mexico, but some other country or something like that. And then another one, so that one, and then there was one about this man who went camping or hiking in the woods and there was a person stalking him. That was really freaky, but I remember Mr. Ballen telling that because, again, I remembered it very well, the way he tells the stories, but I liked reading the account of it from this book. Mr. Ballen has one that he experienced as a kid that he tells in here, and then there's another one where it talks a little bit about his history as a Navy SEAL when he was deployed to Afghanistan. Somebody told him a story, and that story is in here, and I recognize that one because I remembered him telling that story on his channel, but I couldn't remember the details of it on that one, and I liked reading it again with the graphic novel. So overall, I like the art. It's not like art like you would expect, but I haven't read a lot of graphic novels, so it's not like I know a whole lot about it. But it's like the art is actually like really pretty. There's a lot of different colors and stuff like that. So I read it in the dark because our couch doesn't have a lot of lighting over there, so it's probably not a good idea, but I read a lot of it in the dark, so I feel like I wasn't able to fully appreciate it. But I like the way that it's structured. Like the story has the title and then it starts the story. And then occasionally you'll have like a graphic version of him in the corner, like on some of these. So it's like you're reminded that he's the one telling the story, like in his YouTube channel. So it's very classic, as you can see. That's the picture of him on the front. And yeah, like I said, visually, I liked getting to see all the details and stuff. Even for like the one that he was told from Afghanistan, that one really got me. That was one of the last ones I just read before filming this, before finishing the book and stuff. So overall, I really loved it. It was really entertaining. Because it's a graphic novel, they were really quick and easy to read, and really captivating and stuff like that. And they're still told in the style of how he tells stories. And that's, like I said, that's what really captivates me. That's what I like about him. That's what I like about his channel. And in fact, reading this book has got me back into binging his channel again, because what I'll do is I'll end up binging his channel and I'll run out of videos to watch, and he just releases one a week. And then I won't have anything. And then, so I'll wait till I accumulate a lot of episodes that I haven't seen before. So unfortunately, I had recently hit that. So we were binging his content again. However, I'm running out again. So yeah, so it's still told in the way that he tells stories. So it was still really captivating and stuff. And ironically enough, even though I picked up this to have something short and easy and quick to read, I actually would have liked to see more stories, but I get this was his first one and he didn't know how well it was going to do. So I feel like he picked the best stories to go in this collection, and I feel like he did picked a good number of them, and it's the right length and stuff for what it needs to be. So I'm hoping the next one will be a little bit bigger, especially because I don't think he expected this, but it ended up getting on the bestseller list and going big and blowing up, and we found this at Walmart of all things. So it's like I don't think he expected it to didn't know how good it was going to do, and so that's why it is the size that it is. So I'm thinking the next one may have more stories in it. So it's coming out September 30th. So it is August 29th. Well, actually, haven't gone to bed yet, and the 29th is my birthday, by the way. So it's technically the 28th because I haven't gone to bed yet. It's not, well, I don't know. So it is technically the 28th, so September 30th, so almost a whole month away is when the second one to this is going to come out, so it'll be exciting to read that one as well. So yeah, overall, I feel weird rating a graphic novel because it's not quite the same thing because there's not as much content in like regular books, but I feel like, and I feel like the art is good for what it is. It's not like mind-blowing, amazing, like, you know, super intense art, like some of the art that you see from like, I don't know, big time books that have fan art or anything, but I like it, and I feel like it was more, I don't know anything about art, so keep that in mind. So I feel like the art that was used in this was like a stylized, like it's a specific type of style, and it was chosen to be that way. So any artists in the comments based on what this looks like, kind of let me know. So I feel like it's a style choice for what the art is and stuff, but I really did enjoy it. I really liked it. I feel like, again, he chose the best, like the really good stories for this collection and stuff. So I'm excited, and I actually would have liked more. So maybe the next one will. So overall, I think I didn't really have any complaints or anything, just I would have liked a few more stories because I did recognize a few. I still read through them. But there were definitely a few in here, several in here that I hadn't actually. There's the one I was thinking about where it was, La Musara was the one I was thinking of that I had already heard on his channel and remembered, but I still read through the graphic novel version, so that was what the story was called. So overall, 5-star read. I really had no complaints or anything, and I really enjoyed it and like love his stories and stuff. And honestly, his YouTube channel and the way he tells stories, and then when some of the interviews I've seen him doing and stuff, and his personal stories and just everything, really actually is what inspired me to start writing my military romantic suspense series called the Hearts of Valor series. I started it last year. I wrote books 1 and 2, and then this year I wrote books 3 and 4, and I'm currently writing book 5 and planning the rest. Like Mr. Ballen and his YouTube channel and his stories and his history, like everything just completely spiraled me to write this new book series, especially since he was a Navy SEAL, and so that's why my military romantic suspense series is about Navy SEAls. So like I guess I just have a special place in my heart for Mr. Ballen and his channel and the way he tells stories, and like I really admire the storytelling like gift that he has, because like I said, I can write but I can't speak a story out loud like he can, and so that it holds a very special place in my heart now, knowing that like there's actually like a physical book copy of the embodiment of what inspired me for one of my book series. It's very close to my heart now. So overall, 5-star read. It was really fun. It came to me at a time when I needed something short, quick, easy. I needed to feel like I was making reading progress. I am still currently in a reading slump, so the fact that I was able to read this and not get bogged down or want to quit or anything like that, like it's actually helping me keep up my reading streak, because I'm trying to read every day for this whole year, and I'm in a really bad reading slump, so I wish I had more of these because I would just keep binging his content. So yeah, overall 5-star read. I enjoyed it. So have you guys read this? If so, what do you think? And have you seen Mr. Ballen's videos here on YouTube? And if so, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are some of your favorite true crime stories and podcasts and things like that? Do you guys enjoy that kind of content? Let me know all of the details in the comments below. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more writing and reading videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And in the meantime, if you liked my review of The Strange, Dark, and Mysterious Graphic Stories by Mr. Ballen, check out my review I did of the Throne of Glass series, starting with Throne of Glass last year. Each one should lead to the next one, or maybe they all lead to Throne of Glass. I don't know, but you should check it out. I've been reading that whole series this year. So yeah, check it out. You don't want to miss it. That's basically been my whole life and what I've been reading this year. So obviously I've read other things too, but check it out. You don't want to miss it.